Alright, so I seriously didn't think I had enough things to do another one of these, but wow, I definitely do. So here we have a gift my mother gave me. Your mother gives you something and you can't throw it away, but she buys me all these like ox things because I was born in the year of the ox, and it's like, hey, that's kind of cool, but it's not really cool like a dragon or something. So I mean, is my life destined to be filled with things with cows on them all over the place? Really? Have you thought about this? Can I not keep these, please? So this was in a box somewhere. Maybe my life's destined to have a box full of cows somewhere. And that's not too bad, but that's kind of defeating the point, I don't think. So, we'll figure that out later. I don't know. What else do we got here? So when I moved out from my first place in Vancouver, there was a slinky. And I was like, does this belong to any of you guys? And they're like, no, let's hear what we got here. And I'm like, it's a slinky. I've never had a slinky. Why wouldn't you want a slinky? I don't know. So I kept a slinky, and it's awesome to have a slinky. Let's see what else we got here. From Josh Long, from Louis Cleroux. So this is a guy, when I competed on a national level for World Cyber Games, because you have to become the best in your country before you compete, against all the other countries. The national championship was in Montreal. Hold on, I'll prove this. And here's my gold medal thing for winning first place. It says first place, blah 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 blah. The game I played. The nationals were in Montreal, and it's pretty well known for the nightlife. And this guy, well, at the time I actually worked for the company that made the game, so this guy who competed in it felt it was really unfair. Which, if you play games competitively, you'll realize there's almost no advantage to making the game. All it really means is that you have a full-time job, and you don't actually have time to practice, so you kind of get your ass kicked. He was really angry, but then my boss kind of smoothed things over with him. Luckily, he came along on the trip. And here's Louis, the guy who was complaining, his cell phone number and his contact. And that guy, the night I won, that guy took us out to dinner where I had to drink alcohol instead of social obligation or something. That was actually really hard. I had a Guinness. I never had a Guinness. And I guess Guinness isn't too bad. But that was really hard. That's what she said. But yeah, now here's the story. So my boss is, this is my old boss, probably one of the few people in my life I've managed to loathe and not get along with. He wanted to go to strip clubs. And the difference in Montreal is, I don't know, I've never been to a strip club and I will never go in my entire life. I mean, there's the story right there. In Montreal, you're allowed to touch the strippers, which is, even more wrong, but whatever. So they all wanted to go to the strippers, and I was just like, sorry guys, I'm not going, I'm tired and I'm not coming with you. So he went, and I knew he had a girlfriend at the time whom he convinced to move from Montreal to Vancouver to be with him, whom he kicked out of his place 2 weeks later. On her ass, even though she quit school to go live with him. Honestly, wow, what a meathead. I mean, sure, maybe I'm not giving him a fair shake here, but, circumstances laid out there is a little obvious that this guy's kind of an ass. Anyways, that wasn't a very happy story. Here we have a pretty expensive hacky sack. It was like 20 bucks, really nicely made. Our company was into hacky sack. We played hacky sack every Friday for 2 hours. I was never very good, and I wanted to get better. So the main hacky sack guy, Noah, I asked him to buy me one of those really nice hacky sacks from one of his friends who makes them. So I got it and I was all ready to practice, and the first day I use it, it rips. And I'm like, wow, I just spent all this money, waited 2 months because Noah was kind of lazy, to get this hacky sack, and it doesn't work. I'm sure I'll stitch it up someday and learn how to hacky sack, but until I get less lazy, that's just not happening. Oh my god. So, Oak Ridge Optimists. Awesome. So this was one of my, I think I played hockey for about 6-7 years, ice hockey. And this was me, Josh Long, number 3. I'd always pick 3 or 8. I don't know why. Maybe there's just more numbers I'd like to have on a jersey. Or maybe someone told me, or I think it might have been my parents. I don't even remember. Now, I don't have any equipment on, so even though it looks like it could still fit me, no, it can't still fit me if I have like hockey shoulder pads and all. I think this is from when I was like 10 years old. And it's red and white, and I actually quite like it, so I kept it. I still remember a lot of the guys from this team. I don't remember their names. This definitely wasn't the best team I was ever a part of. They were pretty bad. But it was some good memories. Okay, last thing. I don't know if I'm running up on 10 minutes here. I'll just do this really fast. So here's a film canister full of like Brazilian coins. So there's this guy named Tiago, and he was one of the 3 roommates when I first moved to Vancouver with Jeff. It was Jeff, and Tiago. And Tiago is Brazilian, and he was a really, really smart guy, really nice, really good to get along with. And he was really into Brazilian music and their culture is just so interesting. So he kind of left me with a whole bunch of Brazilian stuff. And one of those things was this tube of Brazilian coins I decided to keep because he didn't want, because it's not really worth anything to him. Anyways, we're probably coming up in 10 minutes, so I'm going to hit pause.